The 1970s were a time of boundless imagination when technology and pop culture collided, sparking dreams of a futuristic world. With space exploration in full swing and science fiction captivating young minds, kids in the 70s were introduced to gadgets that felt like they were plucked straight from the future. Whether it was toys inspired by TV shows like Star Trek or the early wave of electronic innovations, these gadgets had every kid buzzing with excitement. Let's take a nostalgic trip back in time to explore the top 12 futuristic gadgets from the 1970s that had every kid excited.
What does your family do on those stay indoors rainy afternoons? Or on those cold, blustery winter days? Families who are content to let television do its thing often find themselves at its mercy for a choice of entertainment, while people who want television to do their thing entertain themselves with odyssey, the electronic game of the future, and the family's best foul-weather friend.
Released in 1972, the Magnavox Odyssey was a true game changer. Literally, as the first ever home video game console, it opened up a whole new world of interactive entertainment for kids. While its graphics were primitive by today's standards, the idea of playing video games at home instead of at an arcade was revolutionary. Kids could control their on-screen characters using the Odyssey's two simple controllers, sparking the birth of home gaming.
You're mine!
Simon! Let's do it. The fun is in the challenge, Simon. Take the Simon challenge, Simon.
The Simon Challenge. You gotta repeat the patterns of colored lights and sounds. The longer you play, the more challenging the pattern gets. The winner's the one who keeps it going the longest. If you miss, you get the razz. And your history.
Oh, yeah!
The fun is in the challenge, Simon. Take the Simon challenge, Simon.
In 1978, the world was introduced to Simon, the electronic memory game that became an instant hit. Simon's colorful lights and tones gave off a futuristic vibe, challenging kids to follow increasingly complex patterns. Its sleek, circular design and glowing buttons made it feel like a gadget straight out of a sci-fi movie. Whether you were competing with friends or playing solo, Simon's addictive gameplay left kids mesmerized.
When you can see a picture developing before your eyes, blooming in minutes into a photograph as real as life itself, it makes you eager to grab hold of the world. Almost effortlessly, the SX70 slips through life, searching out, recording. Press the button. There it is. It's as simple as that. Polaroid's SX70 land camera.
Before smartphones made instant photos a part of everyday life, there was the Polaroid SX70. This futuristic camera, launched in 1972, allowed kids and adults to snap a picture and watch it develop before their eyes. No more waiting to get photos printed. Within minutes, they had a fully developed image in hand. For kids, it felt like magic. Polaroids became a must-have for capturing fun moments, turning photography into a thrilling experience.
Enemy jets ahead. Bombs everywhere. Citizen needs rescue.
Robocop's gotta wake up Rexor. He's crouching when he wakes up. Robocop's hurt. Do Cyberlab for repairs.
Robocop, reporting for duty.
Cyberlab computer says emergency alarm. Quick, go. We saved it. Yeah! New life, new arm, new program. Awesome.
Robocop Cyberlab comes with all this. Other figures and vehicles sold separately. Batteries not included.
In the mid-1970s, kids were fascinated with robots thanks to shows like Lost in Space and the $6 Million Man. Alpha One was an affordable, battery-powered robot toy that brought these futuristic companions into their homes. With the ability to walk, light up, and even carry small objects, Alpha One felt like a glimpse into a world where robots would become everyday helpers, something every kid dreamed about.
Where's Merlin? Where did it go?
Jenny's got it playing tic-tac-toe.
Now where's Merlin?
When last seen it was out with Dad playing blackjack. 13.
Where's Merlin now?
It's not there, it's out with Billy playing playing Magic Square.
Merlin is a computer with personality. Plays 6 different games, talks with 20 sounds. 6 pen-light batteries not included.
Where's Merlin now? Better come clean.
In the kitchen with Mom playing music machine.
Merlin from Parker Brothers.
Merlin, released in 1978, was a handheld game console that looked like a sleek red telephone, but was packed with futuristic tech. It offered 6 different games, including tic-tac-toe, memory, and even a basic music-making function. Its LED display and buttons gave kids the feeling of holding advanced technology in their hands. Merlin became one of the most popular electronic toys of the decade, blending entertainment and tech in one device.
It's Big Track, the computer-activated tracker and the automatic transporter. Your child sends Big Track off on a mission by programming in up to 16 commands. Like fire 3 laser blasts. Big Track stores your child's commands to get out of a tricky spot. To complete the mission, Big Track rolls in, drops the payload, then heads for home base in another assignment. Big Track for your child from NB Electronics, transporter sold separately.
The Big Track, released in 1979, was a programmable electronic vehicle that allowed kids to input simple commands for it to follow. You could program it to move forward, backward, turn, and even fire its rear-mounted laser. This was a big deal at the time, as it gave children their first taste of what programming could do. The Big Track sparked curiosity about computers and robotics, making it feel like a cutting-edge gadget.
Once a child wants to spell, the spell is cast. Speak and Spell from Texas Instruments.
That is correct.
With snap-in modules with hundreds more words for growing minds.
You are right.
Speak and Spell, part of a family of products for richer tomorrows from the Learning Center of Texas Instruments. Because a child's tomorrow is never just...
Introduced in 1978, the Speak and Spell was an educational toy that used a speech synthesizer to help kids learn spelling. It felt futuristic because it talked. Speak and Spell would prompt kids to spell words, and its robotic voice gave instant feedback. For many kids, this was their first interaction with a machine that seemed to think and talk, turning learning into a high-tech game.
Maybe someday all watches will be made like the Seiko digital alarm chronograph. It shows time and day, date and month, converts into a stopwatch, and even has an alarm. Maybe someday all watches will be slim and incredibly accurate, like the new Seiko ultra-thin digital quartz for men and women. Today they're made by Seiko. Maybe someday all watches will be made this way.
Available at Corbo Jewelers in 7 stores throughout New Jersey.
In the mid-70s, LED digital watches became all the rage. Instead of the traditional clock face, these watches used glowing red or green numbers to tell the time. With their sleek, futuristic designs and high-tech feel, LED watches made kids feel like secret agents or space explorers. Brands like Pulsar and Hamilton led the charge, and wearing one of these watches instantly made you one of the coolest kids on the block.
Presenting Pocketeers. Great new pocket-sized games, like Fruit Machine and Grand Prix. Take Pocketeers everywhere. A pocket full of fun. New from Palatoy.
Tomy Pocket games were small, handheld mechanical games that felt high-tech despite their simplicity. They didn't require batteries and used clever designs with marbles, levers, and springs to create fun challenges. These portable games were perfect for road trips or passing the time, and their compact size made them feel like pocket-sized gadgets from the future. Whether it was basketball, pinball, or racing games, Tomy Pocket games gave kids a tech-savvy way to play anywhere.
Do you often find yourself without friends? Well, we have the product for you. Pet Rocks are the hottest new toys and they're flying off the shelves. Pet Rocks are great to take on walks. If you ever need a shoulder to cry on, your Pet Rock is there for you. Pet Rocks are the all-around best friend. Get yours today! Only $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Pet Rocks not available in US or Canada.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't exactly high-tech, but the pet rock, which became a massive fad in 1975, certainly captured the imagination of the time. It was marketed as a low-maintenance, futuristic pet that didn't need feeding, walking, or care. Just companionship. Packaged in a little box with air holes, kids took the joke seriously, and the pet rock craze became a quirky symbol of the era's love for novelty and simplicity.
This GAF Viewmaster is a lot of fun. What do you think?
It's really interesting. The three-dimensional color pictures are extraordinary. I find these how to play football reels very instructional. I always considered the GAF Viewmaster an ingenious invention of great educational value.
Gee, I always thought it was just a lot of fun.
While the Viewmaster originally debuted in the 1930s, it reached new levels of popularity in the 1970s thanks to its updated reels featuring scenes from Star Trek, Star Wars, and other popular franchises. By simply inserting a reel and looking through the binocular-style device, kids could immerse themselves in 3D scenes from their favorite movies and shows. It was like a mini virtual reality experience long before VR was even a concept.
4 electric sizzler cars at the start of the Fat Track California 500 circuit, tanked up and raring to go. Pow! They're off. From now on, anything can happen. Action fills the track. A lap computer keeps you in touch with the leaders. You decide when to make a pit stop, charge up with the juice machine, and you're back in the race. With the Fat Track California 500, it's a winner. From the Hot Wheels people, Mattel.
In 1970, Hot Wheels took its popular toy cars to the next level with the introduction of Sizzlers, battery-powered racers that could zoom around their tracks at blazing speeds. Unlike traditional Hot Wheels cars, these had a small electric motor and a rechargeable battery, making them seem incredibly advanced for the time. Kids loved the thrill of watching their Sizzlers race through loops and curves, and charging them up felt like preparing for a futuristic race. The 1970s were a thrilling time for kids who grew up dreaming of a tech-driven future. These gadgets, whether educational, playful, or just plain fun, inspired wonder and curiosity about the world of tomorrow. Although many of them seem quaint by today's standards, they laid the groundwork for the high-tech world we now live in. For the kids of the 70s, these gadgets weren't just toys. They were a glimpse into a future they couldn't wait to be part of.